This is something most English speakers get wrong. All English speakers get wrong when learning Spanish, simply because it doesn't exist in English. The concept of subjunctive, at least in this form, doesn't exist in English, and that makes it pretty hard for you to learn. So yeah, you can learn it by learning lots and lots of sentences in general, and eventually you'll figure it out. But I think it's better to work on it specifically with a specific list of sentences. So I've created this one. There are 300 of them here. And I'm not going to give you any theory on how it works, the rules, all that. I really don't like talking about all of that. I think it's very unnatural to learn like that. It's much better to learn sentences, context, useful sentences, practical sentences, and you learn all the grammar in context. You learn to use it by using it, and that's it. All right. So this is a subjunctive. Basically, uh, I hope you have a good day in English. You have the sentences in English here. You have the sentences in Spanish here. That's pretty obvious. I don't need to explain that. But you, this form. I hope you have a good day. I hope that something, or I want you to do something, or it's important that something. For all these sentences, um, in Spanish and a bunch of other languages like French, the this tener, which is to have, or whatever verb comes after I hope to, or I want to, or I don't want you to, I don't think that, etc. It's a different form. Yeah. So instead of, let's say, you have a good day, is tener un buen día, tienes un buen día. Tú tienes un buen día, you have a good day. But if it's I hope that you have a good day, it's not espero que tienes un buen día, which is the mistake most of you would make, probably all of you. Espero que tengas un buen día. This is a subjunctive. ¿Ya? Tú llamas mañana. Me llamas mañana. You call me. Quiero que me llames mañana. See the difference? So subjunctives are different. Tú estudias más. You study more. Es importante que estudies más. Yeah, so it changes slightly. It's not a big deal if you say it wrong. They'll understand you anyway. But if you want to be accurate when you speak and not make that many mistakes, you should learn this form. So what I recommend you do is use this list. I'll make it available for everyone, so you can subscribe to my email list, and I'll send a link with the whole thing. There are 300 sentences with audio as well. And the way you do it is you listen to the audio, you read it while listening to the audio several times. You keep listening to the audio throughout the day, as many reps as possible. And finally, you shadow it, which is listening to it while reading, and you say it aloud while listening to it. You should do this after listening to it several times, so you're already familiar with the sentences, more or less. And finally, you do active recall, which means you read the English and you try to say it in Spanish and then check. And you'll get it wrong over and over again. But after doing the whole list from start to finish, two, three, four, 5 times maybe, you'll get most of them right. And then you'll simply remember it and you'll be able to use it more or less correctly. At least you'll recognize it when you hear it and you'll have an idea of how it works. And you just have to keep reviewing it. And for that, for reviewing, you just have to keep listening to the audio file, which should be between 10 and 15 minutes. So you can listen to it several times a week, together with all the other stuff you're listening to. And you learn this form pretty easily. All right. So, yeah, let's get started.